Hello everyone, Elijah here. I'll welcome you all to another Abyss Challenge Mode video. We are on floor 5. After this, we have 5 more floors left. We're halfway through, but oh my gosh, this floor, did I grief myself. Um, don't use Tsurin. I don't know what I was thinking. Let me go ahead and explain the boss mechanics to you as to why you shouldn't use Tsurin and why I, for some reason, decided to make this floor harder for myself than it had to be. Essentially, obviously you want to have 3 light heroes, which is what we got right here. And we want to defeat the boss without triggering Outrage. Outrage, um, as you can see here, when Rage is activated whenever somebody is afflicted with bleeding, this includes Clarissa. This is where things go wrong. this is why Tsurin is not the move. So if Clarissa on her turn, any unit has bleed effects on them, it will trigger Rage, and then if it happens a second time, it will trigger Outrage. The first time I beat this, it was super easy. I just got like really lucky in like the wrong sense, as in Clarissa just 15% at every single one of my Tsurin's bleed stacks. So I 100% didn't even recognize that that was an issue. Um, so yeah, Tsurin replacements, Blaze Dingo, Fighter Maya, any light hero that you have that does not trigger bleed effects. I don't know why I used Tsurin. It only took me like 5 tries after the first try to then beat it again. So it's not like the end of the world if you are like you have to use Tsurin. You shouldn't have to. But essentially, don't use Tsurin. I I really had like a blonde moment, I guess, using her, not thinking about the outrage effect. But I still 3-starred it in one go using this team, so it's still possible if you absolutely have to use these units that I have. But I will go ahead and go over gearing for these units real quick. Your Camilla is going to be your fastest unit here for the most part. She doesn't have to be extremely fast. You're really aiming for high effect resistance and effectiveness. She is technically a DPS unit, but you're not building her for that. You're building her to land her defense break and for her not to get stripped, because she needs to have an attack up to trigger a dual attack, so you do not want that to be stripped away. Bastion of Hope is a really great artifact to help with not only increasing the effect resistance of your allies, but also helping out with dealing with her having high effect resistance. Next, we have Doris, who, again, you are focusing on the effect resistance. Doesn't need to be super fast, super tanky. The boss fight goes super fast for the most part, so you don't really need to worry about too much sustain. And yeah, just aim for that high effect resistance. Then we have Tsurin, who you shouldn't use. Replace Tsurin with literally any other light hero, probably like a DPS. So like Blaze Dingo, I'm pretty sure he cleanses on his S1. I do not have Blaze Dingo, so I couldn't use him for this floor. I would have used him. He's probably the best, like one of the better light heroes to use for this floor, given his kit. And he's a DPS unit, so yeah, you could go like, you can really make him on like Rage set and things like that, right? So yeah, don't use Tsurin. This is my stats for her if you do decide to mimic my team exactly, but you really shouldn't. Landy, I have her on Rage set. She is actually here to make it so that she kind of like laps the boss pretty well with her S3 and granting increased speed. However, it's really dependent on her resisting the unbuffable. Yeah, I really picked like the most RNG factors type of team comp ever. Replacements to Landy, if you don't have her, would be literally any DPS unit. Probably one that can go into stealth, as you do not want to, just so to avoid your DPS unit getting debuffed at all, for the most part, by any of the ads. So a unit that can go into stealth is really useful for that. So Assassin Coley, Spectre Tenebria, as well as units like, I can't think of another stealth unit, but you guys get the point. Essentially, this is the team that I used to beat it. It's not the best team. Don't use Tsurin. Everybody else is fine. Just don't use Tsurin. And yeah, I'll take you guys into the video of me beating it. Alrighty, so let the battle of RNG begin. Yeah, like I said, I have said it a million times. Do not use Tempest Tsurin. So, essentially for this fight, I started off by S2ing because we want that attack up. I was kind of debating what to do here. I have my Doris on Doctor's bag, and I actually ended up using... I should have just S1 there, because it kind of just wasted Doctor's bag, essentially. So it was not the move to do that. This is really the big factor of your Landy not having unbuffable on her.
You've got a long way to go, kid. Over. I'm at the scene. Get ready.
Let me show you the results of my research.
Yeah, there's a lot of turns where I have to sit and think just because I'm like, okay, what's more important? What do I need to do?
Why not surrender?
And since I can't have like a consistent attack up, there's also another team where you can use Camilla, Oxlots, I think Blaze Dingo, and Fighter Maya. That's another suggestion that you can use. Comp-wise, that works out very well. And as you saw, I did not get a defense break off. And again, I am still like RNGing. Like, they're not landing their debuffs. This is why I am actually doing very well for this floor. I will say it only took me 5 times or so after beating it the first time. I don't know if I mentioned that. For me to then beat it again. Again, my tip is resistance. You saw that? She's like, I'm getting resistances in a good way, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, don't use Tsurin. It's so grief, and I didn't realize that until after I had to replay this floor for the recording. I just for 100% did not realize that I was actually griefing myself. I go ahead and boost up Landy because my Camilla's already about to go next. And yeah, honestly, you could probably 3-man this. Now that I think about it, I mean, I guess Tsurin is adding a little bit of extra damage, but it's honestly might even be more worth it. 3-manning, or you have to use 3 light units. Never mind, I take that back. Completely forgot one of the missions. But yeah, we essentially basically kill it on like the next turn here. We resist everything and whatnot. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I will make sure our next team composition isn't as grief as this one was. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.
I will fight them. Why not surrender? Requesting backup. I'm here.